That door is... Hello there.
Good afternoon, miss.
Are you the hotel barman?
My name is James, miss. James, the automaton nurse. I am not a barman.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to upset you.
If you don't mind, miss, I would appreciate it if you would just be a little more rigorous in the terms you employ in the future.
My name is Kate Walker.
Pleased to meet you, miss. You are not here for treatment, are you?
No, I'm not. I only want to meet Madame Romanski.
I would be delighted to serve you tea when Madame returns from her constitutional.
I don't want to impose. Maybe your mistress won't want to take tea with me.
Madame likes to complain for the sake of it. Believe me, she loves visits.
In that case, thanks for the invitation. Can you take me to Helena Romanski?
Not at this hour, miss. Madame will still be watching the sea at the end of the pier.
So?
Madame knows perfectly well that during this season I don't go down to the pier. My wheelwork goes dicky under the double corrosive action of the salt and sand winds. Listen, you can hear them sweeping up and down the beach and out to sea. We call it the salt wind here. It'll drive us all crazy one of these days.
Come on, just make a little effort.
No, I'll stay here and make ready for Madame in case she needs me. She can be so unpredictable, such violent swings of mood.
Have you ever heard of a Mr. Vorarlberg?
The name is not entirely foreign to me.
Really? You know Hans Vorarlberg?
That I cannot say, miss. Madame has forbidden me from talking about him and even mentioning his name.
Why?
Nostalgia, sadness, medication. Call it what you humans will. We never had this conversation, did we, miss? Madame would be very angry to learn that I know, and now you know as well.
Don't worry. Mum's the word. Do you know Komkalsgrad? I left my train there with its engineer. You'll never guess what. It's an automaton just like you. There's even a family resemblance.
Firstly, I would say that I do not know Komkalsgrad. Secondly, I have never taken a train. Thirdly, the existence of another automaton with such a degree of finesse as myself appears very unlikely. Madame has always assured me that I am a unique model, a gift from a former admirer.
Yeah, but you two really do look alike. And you know, I miss him.
Why is he not here with his train, then? I would never allow Madame Romanski to leave on her own.
It's a long story, but hopefully I'll see him again soon.
Such attachment is very touching, miss.
I'm looking for Madame Romanski. Do you know where she is?
3:30 to 4:30 p.m., Madame Romanski takes her daily constitutional on the pier. Tea is served at 5 o'clock sharp.
Is it possible to go see her?
As you wish, but do pay attention to the salt wind.
Well, I'm going, James. See you later, maybe.
It would be a pleasure to see you again, miss.
That door is locked. Darn it! That doesn't work. Just as I thought. Doesn't look like that works. If that's... Madame Romanski? Madame Helena Romanski?
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you, ma'am. My name's Kate Walker. I've come on behalf of Frank Malkovich.
Ah, Malkovich, the old son of a gun. Are you one of his relatives?
Not exactly. He's a good friend of my mother's. He told me you might be here in Arrowbad. I'm American, a lawyer.
To what do I owe your visit? You have come so far. It must be important.
Indeed it is. I have very delicate and pressing business to attend to. I have just left...
Later, my dear, later. I have a slight headache. This hotel masked a pinch so I have to go in. Please, could you be so kind as to call my valet?
Your valet? Of course. Madame
So, is James coming or isn't he? Don't tell me you haven't called him yet. Please, ring for my valet. We will continue this conversation inside.
You back here again? How dare you show your damn face round here? Get out of here immediately!
Please. I absolutely must find...
Miss Romanski! Oh, yes, I'm sorry. She managed to lie her way in here. Don't matter how vigilant you are, there's always one. But it won't happen again. She'll be out on her ear before you can say, I hope she hasn't upset you too much.
Oh, Felix. Stop being such a grizzly bear. This woman is my guest.
She's your guest? But that ain't possible. This vandal didn't even know you 3 hours ago.
Be quiet, Felix, before you offend someone.
Miss Romanski, please. This maniac turned up earlier and tried to wreck the fountain. If it wasn't for the...
I said enough, Felix. Please treat Miss Walker with the respect befitting one of my friends. Don't touch and don't swear. Have I made myself clear, Mr. Smetana?
Yes, crystal clear, Madame Romanski. Please do accept my humble apologies.
Very good, Felix. You may go now.
No point weighing myself down. James, what are you waiting for? Don't tell me you didn't hear the bell this time.
The bell did indeed ring, but it is very windy outside, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit gusty. But what's that got to do with it?
Madam doesn't understand. She says an automaton doesn't need protection, but my insides don't like the salty wind. I'm afraid to go out, you know.
And if you wore my mask to protect you against the salt, would that help?
Oh, most certainly.
Katie Pooh. So, have you met her yet? This Helena person? What's she like? Does she remember Frank?
Hi, Mom. Yeah, sure. I met her, and yeah, she's living in Arlbad. You can thank Frank for me again.
I'll remember to, honey. So, what's Arlbad like? Maybe Frank can take me there one day.
It's this seaside resort, Ma, but it isn't what it used to be. You'd be real disappointed.
Maybe you're right. So, when are you coming home? Is that mission all over then?
Not really, Ma. I still haven't found the heir I'm looking for to wrap up the case. Helena Romanski's a kind of detour here.
Listen, Munchkin, I get the distinct impression that you're being led up the garden path. Why don't you just come home, tell your boss this heir just doesn't exist, that you've done all you can, et voila. Do you want me to call him for you?
Ma, please, don't get involved. Looking for Hans Vorarlberg is what I'm being paid for. But I also just want to find him for myself.
Honestly, you're just as stubborn as your father. Don't complain that your mother didn't warn you.
Don't worry, I won't. It's a real honor to meet you, Madame Romanski. People have told me so much about you.
People still talk about me. Oh dear.
Of course. Everyone tells me how wonderful you were. How you were one of the greatest singers of the century.
Ah, so I was, my dear. But surely you didn't come here just to dig up the past.
Like I said, I'm a lawyer, and to tell you the truth, I don't know much about classical music. But after talking to Mr. Borodin and Mr. Malkovich, they really made me want to hear you.
Oh, you are too late, my child. 10 years too late. And how is dear Frank? Do tell me. Oh, I am still angry with him for leaving like that to America. Don't be offended, but I never suspected those cowboys actually have an ear for real music.
I don't think he sings much anymore. The odd gala, the odd charity event. Anyway, he sends his love.
Oh, his love. Do you hear that, James? There is someone who still loves me on the other side of the Atlantic.
Never said they didn't, madam.
What about this other gentleman? What is his name? Borodin? Do I know him?
Yes, you once sang in Komkalsgrad. An incredible recital, if the director's account is anything to go by. If you only knew how moved he still is. He's another one who still adores you.
I must confess that seeing one of my greatest admirers once more would do wonders for me, but... my voice. It is so... I couldn't.
Madame Romanski, please understand I would never have come so far to disturb you if I didn't really need your help.
I understand, my dear. But my health is failing me, as does my voice. Believe me, no one is sadder than I.
Strange. I get the impression that Hans Vorarlberg turned up here, too.
You know Hans Vorarlberg?
Not exactly. I'm looking for him to sort out this inheritance case. But I've had to snoop around in his past a bit to get on his trail, and I guess he's kind of a close friend now. You knew him, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I knew Hans Vorarlberg. Do you hear, James? If you had had the chance to meet Hans. My Hans. Oh, my God. What has become of him? Where is he?
As questions go, madam, that one is not without certain complications.
I'm sorry, but I have no idea. That's the goal of my mission, to find Hans Varlberg. That's why I have to get back to my train as quickly as possible and to get out of Komkalsgrad.
And you cannot find him without the train?
The train is one of his last inventions. So is Oscar, the automaton engineer. I get the feeling that the two of them are going to lead me to him.
Did you hear that, James? I might see Hans again. I have dreamed so long of meeting my dearest sweetheart again. Oh, if only I could sing. If only I were in Paris, I would ask George for that miracle cocktail. The one that only he knew how to make. Wouldn't I, James?
Yes, madam. As you have frequently said, without that famous cocktail, your French tour would have probably been cancelled.
I don't understand.
An extraordinary tale, my dear. It was December, and it was terribly cold and damp. I had to play the role of Tatiana that evening at the opera. But since the morning I had lost my voice. It drove me completely mad with worry. I don't know how George, the barman at the Moritz Hotel, heard about my affliction, but he brought me up a cocktail that he had invented. A strange concoction. But it turned out to be a miracle cure. My voice returned to me in an instant.
That's amazing. That's just what we need. We're going to mix you up a cocktail.
Ah, my dear child. It is impossible. George never told me the recipe of the drink. He loved to keep his trade secrets. He said it made him absolutely irreplaceable.
Well, I'm going to get George to tell me. He hasn't yet met with my powers of persuasion. I'm wrapped up in a case at the moment, and because of it I met a certain Mr. Sergei Borodin, director of the Komkalsgrad Industrial Complex, situated to the northeast of here.
Ah, I remember that factory. Ah, a sad city indeed. What am I saying? They all were.
Madame Romanski, this Borodin is one of your biggest fans. If you could come and sing for him there, it would make one of his biggest dreams come true.
Sing? Oh, my poor girl. I have not sung for years. Time has taken its toll. My voice is like the rest of me. Faded and wan, like my heart.
Oh, aren't you going a bit far there? I bet you've still got a great voice.
Oh, you are the sweetest cherry, my dear. I am not senile yet, but I look reality in the face every time I look in the mirror, and I can tell you, singing is something I did in the past.
I'll let you get a bit of rest. Thank you for listening to me.
It was a real pleasure, my child. You are a charming young lady, and simply talking to you has warmed my soul.